All right, you guys, huge shout out to my buddy Leon for providing me with this opportunity to go ahead and test out the Rugged Razor 556. Due to this particular model being a proprietary mounting system, I am also utilizing his complete upper to be able to go ahead and test this particular product out. No, right off the back, he's actually made some changes to it. He's actually added or upgraded to the Rugged 556 flash hider, and he's also not utilizing the minimalist mount that it comes with. He's upgraded that to their flash hider for its indexing or mounting capabilities. He has it actually attached here to his little 10.3 or 10.5 little shorty carry handle setup. Carbine length gas system, full mass BCG, and he's utilizing a Radian Raptor SD charging handle. Thanks to both of our work, Umpqua Survival, we're utilizing the full auto lower for today's testing. And as far as that, that's all just mil spec to include a standard buffer and carbine spring. Let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys can find an enclosed spaces test. Don't have a location where I can go ahead and do this, so I utilize my vehicle. For those of you who might be picking this up for home defense or if you're military or law enforcement, to get somewhat of an idea of what it would be like in an enclosed environment and everything, such as your home, vehicle, building, whatever the case might be. As far as for the noise you're going to be picking up from this, it's not going to be at the muzzle from the actual camera. It'll actually be from an external mic right here. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move into the flash test with the Rugged Razor 556. Know that this one, if I haven't said it already, has the flash hider muzzle device and also has the flash mitigating end cap. Both of those pieces are purchased separately. But let's go ahead and get into this. If it doesn't do so well, I'm going to be lit up in the actual backdrop. If it does do well, we're not going to see anything to maybe an inch to 2 inch flame coming out the muzzle. But let me go ahead and cut these lights off and we'll go ahead and get into it. Roger, guys, so I thought she did pretty good, at least in my opinion. I have seen better, but she definitely did really well. I have seen some horrible suppressors out there that will just light up my entire body out here in the complete darkness and everything. What do I mean by I've seen a little bit better? On some of the better ones, when there is a flash, it's usually kind of like a jet stream, a real stream line flash coming out the front. And the difference I've seen with this one is it is really good, but it is a little bit bigger. So it's a little fireball coming out instead of like a little jet stream of fire coming out. But all in all, I thought it did extremely well as far as for those of you who are interested in what the flash signature is like on this particular setup. All right, let's go ahead and get to the final conclusion of the Rugged Razor 556, and we'll go ahead and start from the tip and work our way down. This is not the front end cap that it comes with. This is a flash mitigated one that has to be purchased separately. So just know that coming in. For me, that's not a deal breaker. I just care that it does have capabilities, whether it be an add-on or just right out of the box to be able to mitigate flash. Being a SHTF style type of guy or duty style use can type of guy. As far as that, you've already seen the video footage of the flash test. I thought overall it did extremely well, and know that the results could vary depending on location, conditions, barrel length, ammo, and everything like that. Working our way down, it's not a deal breaker for me, but they do have the serial number up here near the top, which I thought was kind of funny because a lot of these new companies out there now are putting it down at the bottom just in case you do have a baffle strike, which is usually in the top half. You don't have to worry about the serial number being up there at that end and everything. Continuing our way down, they do have some cut in, laser cut in, whatever, sections here for grip, so you can actually grab onto it. They definitely did a nice job of that. I think it would have been a little bit nicer that they moved it up a little bit further, where you're actually grabbing onto this thing for install and removal. Working our way down to the RUM mount, the Rugged Universal Mount. My buddy's had this can for, I think it's been like over a year now, and I could have actually utilized it a lot sooner. But at the time of him picking this up, I actually started doing a lot of research, and I came across a video from, I believe his name is Aaron Cowan from Sage Dynamics. I had the same issue as he did. There was multiple times where at the end of a string of fire, I reached up to test to see if this thing was still tight, and the sucker was loose and everything. The locking ring was still locked, but it had ease of movement to back off and everything like that. For me, that's the biggest deal breaker of this can. That's the only deal breaker for me with this can, is that mount. I am not a fan of it. Like their Surge model, they came out, I can't remember how long ago, maybe over a year now, the Surge X, which makes it hub compatible. I think that would be a huge upgrade for this particular silencer, just improving upon what they're offering here and everything. Jumping into suppression. Went ahead and did a couple different tests that you guys just witnessed, the out in the open and also inside the vehicle. Thought it did actually extremely well for out in the open. I think you could definitely, if you're just firing off a few rounds, get away without having any hearing protection whatsoever. Obviously, if you're doing any sort of high strings of fire training and everything like that, I would recommend with any silencer to wear some actual ear pro. While in the vehicle, even though it may have looked like I didn't have any earplugs, ear pro on, I did have some earplugs in, some new earplugs in, the Surefire EP7s. Holy cow, not good for testing silencers, great for protecting your hearing. That thing blocked out everything. And what I ended up having to do is remove those, not shown in video, and fire off a few more rounds. With that being said, without any ear pro whatsoever, no, I would not say this thing is hearing safe in a vehicle, enclosed space, or anything like that. In a pinch, for home defense, it is definitely better than nothing, but holy cow, one shot, my ears start ringing. With that being said, though, no, my hearing is not the greatest, and I think it's actually getting worse. So if you're comparing this to a lot of my older videos, it could be just that my hearing's getting worse and everything. Anytime in an enclosed environment, I would recommend, if you're utilizing this, especially under high strings of fire due to intense training, whatever the case might be, I would definitely recommend some sort of hearing protection. Dang, man, I hope I didn't miss anything. Price is amazing. This is one of the more affordable silencers out there. There's only a few of them out there that are in this more affordable price range. And it was like 600 something at this current time right now, which is great. Kind of falls into that Otter Creek Poloniums and the Yankee Hill Turbo system as far as the price range. And for that lower price range, I thought it did overall extremely well at the lower price range compared to everyone else who's in that like 800 plus range. This sucker comes in at 6.5, not counting the additional length of the flash hider, which is the exact same length as my Surefire RC2. This sucker is a lot lighter. I can't remember how much lighter, like 4 something ounces, whatever, 0.4, whatever, something lighter. Not 0.4, like 4 ounces, something like that lighter. With this great price, I was also looking it up in comparison to the Dead Air Sierra 5 with the Chemo. Definitely cheaper, lighter, a touch longer. But if you do the same upgrades as what my buddy did with the flash hider and the end cap and flash hider muzzle device, then it puts you right at that pretty much that same price range as the Dead Air Sierra 5 Chemo and everything. But man, I think I'm rattling on now. I'm probably messing this video up, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I believe you cannot go wrong with this one, especially if they ever come out with an X model and make this sucker hub compatible, because I am not a fan of that mount whatsoever. All right, guys, thanks and have a good day.